How y'all feeling about these shoes I'm rocking right now? How y'all feeling about these shoes? Yeah. Ladies, you ever get you some cute shoes? You like, I'm finna prance through this motherfucking club. Bitch, you see my shoes? And this new weave? I feel like a thoroughbred right now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Tunji's podcast. I am your host, Tunji Taylor Lewis. Yo, for this episode, I kind of want to let y'all into like sort of a weird tradition of mine. Every year at the top of the year, I buy myself a new pair of shoes. These aren't the shoes I wear, by the way. These are all dusty, as you can see, because these are my shoes from back in the day. But it's a tradition of mine to buy a new pair of shoes, usually Nikes, at the top of the year. And those become kind of like the shoes that I wear, that I primarily wear for the entirety of that year. So when I'm out hustling, when I go out to work, stuff like that, yada yada. Usually you can see me in a similar pair of shoes, mostly because, I'm not the type of person to be spending a whole bunch of money on shoes. Like, buying a bunch of shoes isn't the best use of my finances. But, it's sort of like a fun game that I like to play. And I started doing it in 2017. At the end of 2017, I wrote 17 on the back of them. It looks backwards there, but anyway. So yeah, these were the shoes I wore in 2017, and they look so dirty right now. I love seeing these shoes, like when they're dirty and just like must look like the traction of the bottom is all smoothed out. Like the sole used to be like this thick. Now it's just like grinded up to here, hole in here, everything. This shoe just looks terrible. And that just kind of like, lets me know that this was a year that I hustled, and like, I definitely, got it in and got it done. This was a time when I was doing a lot of improv shows. This was a tough year for me because that was the year that my family moved from BC to Toronto, or more specifically Aurora, Ontario. And that was a time when I had to like kind of just on the fly figure out like how to fend for myself. And luckily we had some family friends that took me in and allowed me to stay in their spare room. While I figured myself out and figured out what I was gonna do for a job and living situation and all that stuff. And while I was doing that, I was like doing like a whole bunch of improv shows. Like me and my girlfriend actually like estimated how many shows I was doing back in the day, and I think I was doing about like 10 shows a month. So it's really, really busy doing shows, like taking a bus and then a train and then a bus to get to the places that I needed to go, taking 1.5-hour trips to perform in stages in Vancouver and stuff like that. And this was the shoe that I was wearing primarily of that year, and I think this was the year that I started marking these shoes, because this was definitely a turning point year for me. It just like so many changes happened, and that this year definitely kicked my ass. Like I definitely, I'm remembering some of the emotions that I felt from that time, and it was a lot to go through, but definitely was necessary as far as my evolvement. Not evolvement, because that's not a word, but my evolution, not just as a performer but as a man. So yeah, this was the shoe I wore in 2017, the Nike Air Max something, I don't know. That's the other thing about like these shoes. I'm not like a shoe head as in like I know the names of all the shoes. I just put on a shoe that makes me feel comfortable, and then I rock that. This was my 2018 shoe, the Nike Huarache. Similar sort of thing. I busted these ones up. As you can see, there was like a hole in the back. It was actually pretty embarrassing wearing these at the end of the year because they had holes in the back, and I didn't care. These shoes, what I liked about these shoes? These shoes are, so the 2017 shoe was like really comfortable. They almost felt like two pillows on your feet. But this shoe offers a lot of support as well as comfort. Like, it's not uncomfortable, but it has a lot of support. Like, you feel like your feet, are gonna be protected. If you, like, slip your foot on a rock or something, or if you need to land from a tall building, which is something I would never do. But in the event I did that, I would be secure in these shoes. This was my 2018 shoe. This was the year where I moved out of my family friend's place and moved into this place for the first time. My room in Vancouver that I'm currently living in. This was a pretty significant year for a few reasons. I was continuing on my improv grind. It was when I met my girlfriend. Oh, Jesus. It was when I met my girlfriend in this year. 2018. What else happened in 2018? 2018 was the year where I stopped doing improv comedy and decided to. Obviously, this is the most obvious thing about 2018. This was the year where I started posting lip sync videos. My first lip sync video, I believe, was posted on January 1st, 2018, or January 2nd. This was the shoe that I was wearing primarily. And it's just started on this crazy journey of, like, amazing, exponential growth on Instagram. Around the same time I was having frustrations with, like, the live shows I was doing in improv, which is a whole nother podcast. But basically I decided that I wanted to leave the improv stage and focus on, creating content on social media, which is what I did. This was also the year when I got the gig for Paper Champions, which I filmed out in Calgary, and that show is currently on Amazon Prime if y'all want to check it out. So that was pretty huge for me, getting a lead role in a comedy series. Had always been a dream of mine, and it was, like, something that I could definitely, like, check off the list. So that was this year, 2018. A lot of ups and downs, but definitely some amazing life-changing moments, including meeting the love of my life. So yeah, that's this shoe, 2018. 2019, I was wearing two shoes. Now, I tried to divert from Nike, right? I tried to, like, divert from Nike, and I went with these Reebok shoes. Reebok shoes were kind of popping at the time, so I was just like, you know what? Let me try some Reeboks. You know what I mean? These were inexpensive. I got these shoes right before the start of 2019 because I was meeting my girlfriend's mom for the first time, and I had these shoes. I still had these shoes, and as you can see, they had holes in the back, and I wasn't trying to, like, meet my girlfriend's mom for the first time with some ready shoes, so I had to get some new ones. But I was basically broken, so I had to try to find a shoe that was stylish but was also inexpensive, and this ended up being the grab. Not a very comfortable shoe, man. Like, Nike is Nike for a reason, man. Like, it's not just the swoosh, it's not just the brand. They actually, like, make the best shoes, and I felt it immediately. Like, it took a while for these shoes to break in. There was a reason why. You know what? These shoes didn't even. I'm looking at these shoes right now. These shoes aren't even that bad. Like, I was complaining about the hole in the front right here. But I think this hole came, like, after a very short period of time. So, like, the way that my Nike shoes are busted right now, it took me a really long time to grind them into that submission. These shoes, you can see, like, the thing is coming off a little bit here. This happened only after, like, 3 months, something like that. It was, like, a really short period of time before these shoes started breaking down. And with me just, like, going out and, I guess you could say hustling as much as I do, I need a shoe that can keep up, and these weren't it. So I went back to Nike. And I ended up getting these bad boys right here. I went back to Nike Air Max, and I like these. I like these a lot. Gave me the comfort. These shoes, but these shoes have, like the sole has lasted probably the best out of all of these shoes. Actually, no, the Huaraches are better, but anyways, what questions do I got? Why don't you do your funny videos anymore? I don't do my funny videos anymore. I'm assuming you're talking about the lip sync videos when you say that, and I don't do them because, quite simply, I was just getting bored of doing them. I was getting bored of doing them. It wasn't, very exciting creatively for me to do it anymore. And I just wanted to try something new. But with that being said, I do post funny videos on this app called TikTok. So if you want to see funny videos from me, you can either check out my Instagram story, which is where I post my TikTok videos, or you can download TikTok and then follow me on there, and then that's where you get that entertainment value from me. So I hope that answered your question. But we love them. I know, I appreciate that, and that was definitely something that I thought about when I thought about transitioning out of doing the lip sync videos, was the fact that people would be disappointed by that, and I understood that, and I definitely appreciate people being attached to those videos. But with that being said, I got to do what's right for me. You know what I mean? And that's just how I am, man. Like I get bored. Like my mind moves on to other things, and but like, listen, I'm always working on new stuff. I'm always trying to find new ways to, entertain y'all in a funny way, because funny is a priority for me, absolutely. And here's the thing, I get enjoyment out of the fact that I'm having this interaction with you right now, as opposed to me posting the video. No, like, listen, you laughing at my videos definitely is very gratifying for me, but there's also another gratification from just talking with people, like, one-on-one, real, and like getting to know me as a person, as I continue to find new ways to make you guys laugh. So anyways, I'm over time right now. Thank y'all so much for listening. Thank y'all so much for watching. Let me know what you think of this shoe episode. Peace out.